Even intelligence can't save anything. Even though Sao is for a false leader, holding the three tie secrets. He is the head and head, as he said. It's almost impossible. Unless from the beginning, the Kier didn't bring anything to him. The enemy can be advantageous, overcame the head's police warning. But in the direction, there is only the most forbidden circuit. You can have this kind of habit. Soul Seal Talisman, Sao. That's right, if the Master Kier is a great Feng Shui master. Then definitely, before you act, he can avoid the head. Seal my soul for a moment. It makes it impossible for us to develop the next flower. After confirming the trick the enemy used, the wind continues to think. What does the enemy rely on to take a step in this forbidden world? Spell French, or some kind of trick like forcing a deep sleep. Sensory blockade. Very fast radio has eliminated the front too. He has as many tricks as he does. Because to deal with getting caught by the four. To avoid ending up in prison. Forever in the open Lao heaven. It has been fully prepared before. Stay and battle will activate the layout that he's prepared on him. That kind of magic like forced sleep. If you use it on him, you can dance the axe through the eyes of the worker. After an analysis, the results were clear. That's the art of sealing the five senses. The enemy first, using the five senses blockade. To take away his five senses. And then seal him up with the forbidden magic. This is also the real reason. Because the Ares radio can't save intelligence first. When he was beaten up, the enemy's strategy is clear. Next is what to use against it. It's not hard to choose. Carry such thoughts. His eyes turn to the magic paper. In the hand, we need a technique that's not blocked by the five senses. And I can see myself and around me. From the third view. According to his request. The magic scroll opened very quickly. Pull to 100 near the end. What's up there is the secret to the elimination of the photographic arts. After using this technique, the contestant's body and ball will be swapped. The soul will also be transferred into the shadow. Then the ball controls the body. What you need to remember when using this technique is, this technique will cause potential dangers to people. One body and two souls. If you have an evil soul in your brain, you shouldn't use it. When you finish reading, nod your head. This is what it is. Decision is complete. He put his hand inside the paper. He used that magic to catch Ra. Immediately, his soul was transported into the shadow. Because of the previous preparation. So now that the body has been sealed in the coffin, he can still turn the tide. The shadow quickly rose from under him. After going to face the body, the shadow opened its mouth and said, "The mission has been completed." Not quickly returned to position. The soul returned to the body and the eyes immediately opened. He looked at the devil outside and said, "See that fate is on my side." Then he quickly pressed the law. The body immediately turns into blood. From inside the coffin, a black light slowly came out. And then use extreme speed to move around the city. Where it's headed, that's where Kin's original body was. He was sealed on his knees by the black light cannon. Quickly absorbed into the body inside the coffin. Very fast. Chen Yang's arm moved again. Headless body quickly out of the coffin. He looked around very quickly. I saw my head lying nearby. He quickly went to pick up his head. Then put it back on your neck. However, there was a slight deviation from their original plan, but the goal has also been achieved. All the demons hiding in the dark. I've been tricked out of the theater. After the threats are resolved, maybe a dance and the demon Master Kier will break the altar. that we've arranged here. The gods and sacrifices were destroyed, a sign that the world is no longer. To avoid being responsible after what happened. The Arhat likes to hide his tricks. I will use my body as a sacrifice to forcibly summon the Quan world of the underworld. Until then, the eyes of the whole city will be on him. Because to stop him, Emperor 7 Grand Huns are forced to use the sword. That every emperor's life, you can only use the sword once. They wouldn't have expected that. It's just a piece of bait that we release, rah ha ha ha. I can't help but be glad to think of this. Lift your head up to the sky and laugh. I think we won this time, ha ha ha. Turn the scene back to the open sky, Lao. This place is now submerged in a sea of poison. Inside Solo dress, a long knife is constantly swimming. Afraid of the lake above, the extremely tense face uttered. That bastard Nin Trung have combined the dragon and review together, Sao. What the fuck is this? He's hiding in deep water. So that the evil delivered should not now be called poison knife. Drop that poison dagger under the poison swamp, hugging the tree, waiting for the rabbit. Can anyone break this battle? The face of the past also goes down. He gave his life in exchange for killing 3 people. I said at the time that he had no mind. Where the hell is there no mind? He's obviously playing us. The Red Devil is also speaking now. This body is real. Lack of student drawing help. Master Nin is hiding in deep water. We have no way to destroy him forever. Waiting for the old men in the city. Know the riots in the Lao. The chief of the 5 deputies will surely come down to capture the ghost. Those in your hands don't have weapons like ours. The more there is no way to fight back. Even the students are speaking out right now. Then there's only one way left. Someone nearby heard that and immediately asked, "What is the message right now?" His body suddenly appeared behind him. Killing each other. Clearing the disaster pit. Force the police to protect people. Young man, I can't believe that the enemy is working with me. I didn't have time to react. Inanimate unawareness was covered in paper by Zhou's spy. The messenger looked at him casually. For our freedom and our CA. I also hope you're not stingy. Let me borrow my life. Very fast, there was a powerful explosion above Lao's house. The central Nin at the bottom of the toxic pond can also be felt. Someone is dead. Looking in that direction, he sighed. The lawyer is dead. What a shame. I like an honest person like him. Sorry to hear that. It's hard to understand. What an excuse. That's not his name. The angry man turned his head and looked at him. I can't remember the names of such small people. Can't you? I was afraid not to compare with him and was helpless. It's under the poison now. Nin Trung is slowly rising. Very quickly, the first half of his head came out of the water. The pink girl saw that and spoke up. Master Nin is up. No matter how helpless the student uttered. It seems that he really cares about our lives and our deaths. It's ridiculous. He doesn't want us to die the most. It's this hell of a prison. The tiger laughed very excitedly now. Only Nin Trung generalized Nin Kier if you don't give the old man a way of life. The old man will also choke you up. Tell me if I kill more trash. Is this mountain of Gao Ji still standing? His 2 sharp eyes looked at him. You can try the tiger on the muscle. Immediately, the roll emerges. Try it. His face turned into a tiger. After, the tiger immediately disappeared from the spot. His target is the nearby ocean mind. He saw the enemy coming towards him. Then immediately scream. Shame you picked the wrong person. I'm not the character. that you can target at will. You want to kill me? Watch out for that broken tooth. I don't care if you scream or not. Try to know now. When he finished speaking, he opened his mouth to the tiger. He was immediately hit by this trick. Screaming for the absent head, Hoa. Tigers take this opportunity, quickly run to catch the skull. Enemy. Don't give Yang Kai any chance to protest. The hand uses power. His head was crushed into meat. After the treatment is completed, the tiger turned his head to look at Nin Trung. Are you satisfied? His face was still extremely calm. You keep killing me to see if I can compromise. His mouth in the water is smiling very nicely right now. Or for a bunch of idiots. We're still thinking about how to flush the water out. We can gather 5 escapees. I can't believe it. The solution is actually found by you. It's really sad. We can sleep again without laughing. I absolutely can't laugh right now. I can't agree to definitively. You have to act a little natural. And then the water pushes the boat. I am ashamed of the enemy's attitude. When anger comes, grinding teeth grinding, fucking, we have to wait until after we kill each other. Release all natural disasters, then you will regret it, right? It's just a chance. You can't give it either. Right now, at the top of the house, someone spoke up. Group of people just now. It must be the shadow of this life, right? Nin Trung did not respond. This person is a quadriceps, one of Feng's statues of the dead. He jumped down next to me. I'm afraid to look at Ning Trung. These people may not know. But the old man had gone through the upheaval. At the end of the Sugar Dynasty, should know very well. Current sound paint. The world is not far away. At this critical time. Are you prepared to fight the demons? Outside the park. And the new calamity is reborn into the negative paint. His eyes widened and stared at him. After a while he left. Inside the poisonous pond, slowly stand up. Follow him up behind his back. Underneath toxic dress, there are 5 doors in the air. He looked at the prisoners coldly. 5 doors. This is my limit. The prisoners saw that. We use our watchful eyes to look at each other, while they're musing about each other. It's in a prison. There was a shadow coming out. His goal. One of the 5 doors, of course. This person is a fossil willow ash. He flew towards the door, laughing out loud. The friends. Please take a step ahead of me. The people in the back couldn't stop it. I just stand there angry. That's a real wasteland bastard. The water is so favorable. Through the door leaving. I kept looking at the rest of the people asking. There are 4 more doors to decide who goes where. Everyone has their own thoughts in their mind right now. The situation is reversed, and I want to consider it. After we are on the same road, it's arbitrary. Killing each other. Make Nin Trung disgusted and open the wings. This door is out. Contradiction. It's turned from the outside into the inside. The prisoners will be divided into 3 or 4 groups. By these doors. Small groups will also stab each other in the back. Because of the order of escape. More. These doors lead straight to the outside world. There's a shortcut. To go through the dragon's vein and pass through the Ba. Fools are betting. The way of the past can succeed or not. Sorry, CA. Things have changed. I can't go up there to save you. These doors to be opened in these areas. The army cannot use force. Nin Trung's idea is to let us out. But don't even think about making trouble on the territory. Big Bang SAO. Looks like it's not a scam. This is probably the limit of the Middle East. Can't delay any longer. More later, the fight for escape will only get worse. We have to kill the enemy first. Think about here. The tiger hurried towards a flying door. This prairie door belongs to me. While the tiger is rejoicing, because we're about to get inside the door. Then the past behind me holds hands. France is dreaming. Underneath toxic dress, there were countless hands coming out. In front of the door. Shame, I still don't give up. Bite my teeth and jump up on my arm. Keep heading for the door. Stopped by the enemy of the past. He couldn't help but turn his head angrily. Your mother's past. And that would ruin the good news. As he stood there screaming. There's a poisonous island shooting up below. The tiger can't escape. Just in time to cover the body. Was hit by poison. He's weakening very quickly. Your mother's not keeping her word. Nin Trung below laughed. I said, give you a chance. But I didn't promise to let you go easily. Don't make a mistake. Okay, you can leave the battlefield. When he finished speaking, the knife next to him moved. His eyes stared timidly at the top. Next, open your mouth and bite. Fresh blood with a cry of shame. Immediately transmit out. Ning Trung then turned his head again. Look at the prisoners. Why do you stand still and watch? See you guys. I was very thoughtful. Help you. The door is open outside the territory of the great army. The dark-faced people looked at him. They all have the same thought in their hearts. The devil believes in you. I can see they are still not moving. Then the face dropped. Now just resist my harassment. Walk through the door behind me in front of everyone else. Then you will be free. Opportunity fell from the sky like this. What are you hesitating about? The queen is in jail right now. He also looked at the reason. Nin Trung compromised those for doors. We're not fighting for Sao. He calmly replied. I didn't picture those doors as potential traps. The Eastern Queen could hardly understand him. Why can you look out? Relentless Reason replied. Lao is a derivative of Kai Tao. It was created by the people and the world. Spring discipline for the perpetual existence 9 of the sugar house. It has only one purpose. It's reducing the number of natural disasters that cataclysm can cause in the outside world. By confining the incarnations of the calamity here. Situation. The ideal is to eliminate the incarnation of the disaster. Let the court and the court rule. There will be no more disaster in the world. Even though I despise the Kaora. But they shouldn't be so stupid to set such a strategic benchmark in Lao heaven to create their own hidden dangers. For yourself, leave these doors here. Let the prisoners escape. They wouldn't he be so stupid, the queen asked. So what you mean is reason. Be quick to come up with your thoughts. Those doors are absolutely problematic. Or who uses that door? To pay a very high price. Or on the other side the door isn't real. Move the scene to the willow. After entering inside the Kier door. He's currently walking on a snowy field. Just walking and thinking. The past afraid of tigers, some stupid names. The devil is so easy to solve. Really think that Nin Trung does not see through your calculations, Sao. If you want stability, he'll hide in the poison swamp. To extend the time, wait until they find out something's wrong. Then, associated with the 5 chief disciples of the pioneer, bring the magic to the support. This rebellion will be suppressed immediately. There's absolutely no other possibility. I still hope for a while later. Waiting for the old man to come and rescue me. I can't believe that Ning Trung is so stupid. Haha, this is an unexpected joy. He kept going like this until 8 hours later. He was already cold enough to be freezing. That's not true. We're already at 8 or 9 o'clock. Why do we see nothing but snow and mountains? How big is this snowfield after all? It's not that we've lost our way. Lai's thinking is accurate. The doors that Nin Trung summoned Ra. There's a problem. These gates. It's the magic that the original Sun Yin used. When they attack the sky, opening the door properly will lead to the predetermined position. Opening the door the wrong way will lead to the world in painting. It was 1,000 meters underground in the past. Was built in Chong'an. After uniting the world, Gao Thung and the SA executed found Thien Lao, school and the rest of France. That the original painting left behind. After attacking the Lao, the underground of Chang'an. These doors and these scrolls are probably magic. That the painters used when they attack the Lao Chang'an. Let's let the gods test their effectiveness. After the recovery of Lao Chang'an, remember to close these gaps. Then we built Tian Lao Pioneer. 12 years later, the skilled workers of the heavens finally finished the study of the doors. And roll that picture. And in the next 10 years, he bow to Kwok Sun, Ha SA switch, and transmit hardcore fund. That's what you used before. It has also been continuously created. The artifacts are no longer worth this study. It was then moved to the bottom floor of Tian Lao Pioneer to balance to this day. They've just been taken out and used to soften the impact of the second Sun Yan attack. For the pioneering Lao Heaven, even Nin Trung, manager of Tian Lao Pioneer. It's also amazing. But it's also because of the paintings when that cow is hardy. 2 of them were damaged. So of the 5 doors that Nin Trung has opened, 2 of them can still lead to the outside world, where the original Sun Yin had arranged before. To ignore the world in the painting that Laishi had chosen. The current prisoner's chance of escape is 55-10. He looked at the prisoners in front of him. Never stop thinking. Something that's too easy to get. It will make them suspicious. But they're sure to believe in opportunities. It's only through intense competition that we get it. This way it might make sense. That unleashed 2 incarnations of the cataclysm. Less harm for big tons. Then count the people we've killed. And those who use it to replenish destiny. That's 5 people. Then you can report the results. At the same time in the area, I have brought a bird to ride here. He stood on the back of the bird and looked down. Maybe it's here. This is the only place. It makes me feel unfit in the city. The trader did not know that. Under this peaceful Yunzu city, deep down, the land is the gathering place of the pagans. Right now, they're gathered here as a negotiation. One of them asked, "Prophet, why did you summon us here at this time?" This man is a believer in false works. I can hear him speak. Followers of Hakla Escort fake newspaper also spoke out. That's right, our job. It's not that we haven't finished SAO yet. Someone else looked to the side and asked. Label and false refuge not here SAO. This man is a believer in evil. The prophet heard the man ask. Then he answered. They're in the city. To support the fallen gods. If you listen to that, there are question marks in your mind. Adherents of Asia Load falls to universal. False accusers are also speaking out right now. The time of God's coming is earlier. So what's our job? The prophet replied, your work continues. Only the king this time